want to introduce you to our friend, Miss Kelly Daubach.
All right, great. Good morning, everyone. I'm so grateful to be among friends, truly. Being part of this ecosystem in many ways gives me honor and courage to stand here before you as an entrepreneur, vulnerable with my business and my business idea, which is conscious tourism. Before we get started, I'm going to take you on a trip. Did anyone know they got to travel this morning? Yeah? All right. So I'm going to invite you to put your phones on silent. Hopefully you listen to Jim, and they already are. Put both feet on the ground. Rest your hands in your lap comfortably. If you feel safe and called, close your eyes. And we're just going to do a little bit of box breathing. So I'm going to invite you to breathe in for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. One more. Hold. Exhale. Now I'm going to ask you to take a trip to a place where you feel connected. Maybe that's with someone, maybe that's a place, maybe that's a time. Spend a moment. Say hello to the beings that are there with you, to the environment that welcomes you, and enjoy it. Now I invite you to open your eyes and safely return. That was my gift to you. It's called the present. Anyone have a word to describe, one word to describe their trip?
Peaceful.
Peaceful. Amazing. Well, conscious tourism's mission is simple. It is to restore human connection through immersive travel experience. And the problem that we're solving is 3 in 4 of us adults face burnout. Burnout is defined as occasional disconnection from ourselves, from our loved ones, from our purpose. And 1 in 4 of us experiences chronic burnout, anxiety, depression. I was 1 in 4. So it is now my mission and my passion to restore human connection through joyful, conscious tourism. The real demand in tourism is restoration and connection. So why now? It's the experience that is becoming the decision point. Not just the place, not just the people, not just what you buy. You know, I recognize in so many businesses and startups, everyone's measuring human behavior. What does measuring human behavior get the business in most instances? What are they trying to get? Transactions. They're trying to drain more and get more from the consumer. Conscious tourism flips this on its head. We are trying to give more presence, more connection, more fulfillment to our consumer. Wellness tourism is a $719 billion business in 2024. It is expected to be a $1.4 trillion business by 2027. Our unique solution is where destination meets transformation. Conscious tourism is a human-centered, community-led movement devoted to emotional well-being, presence, and belonging in our families, in our women, and in our communities. And we do this by curating experiences, resets, and retreats in natural environments locally and internationally. Our market size and potential begins with women, because if you live in a household with women, you recognize that the well-being of the household rests on her shoulders. And it is the emotional labor that we must address in the families to continue to promote the health and well-being of our communities. Women drive 70 to 80% of wellness travel. Our total addressable market in Orlando is 300,000 women and mothers. Central Florida, it's over 1 million. Our competition isn't just other travel experiences or other events or experiences. It's actually the burnout and the depression that is fighting for the connection that we are longing to bring to one another. Conscious tourism is a category inside this $1 trillion market. Our product overview includes retreats, micro-retreats, and international travel retreats. Our key features, what they're actually getting is improved mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual health. So we curate nature-based events and experiences. We partner with wellness providers, mental health counselors, and also animal sanctuaries as part of an immersive experience to reconnect oneself and one family. Our benefits is emotional safety. They come curious, they feel safe, and they realize that the only antidote to depression is expression. So people feel themselves by the end of the experience. How we make money? Our ticket sales range from $75 to over $3,000 on our international trips. Our group size is 10 to 30. And our phase 2, which will be starting this year, is B2B. So we're looking to curate leadership retreats and small business retreats in our community to bring them to new environments to restore connection and trust amongst teams. Phase 3 is a long-term technology integration that will enable humans to speak with technology about what their challenge is, where the trust is broken or where the disconnection may be, and offer suggestive places as well as collaborators to restore and fix their problem. So we have been doing retreats for about 2 years. Last year, our revenue was about $10,000, and this year our target's about $50,000, and that includes both what we have in inventory and retreats today, as well as B2B partnerships. Our marketing is really branding the movement. Conscious tourism is representative of many collaborators, many venues, many practitioners. We are a partnership-based business, and we are looking to carry the message and the brand into the future. Our partnerships include retreat operators, practitioners, destination marketing organizations, and other tourism industries. We sit between self-development, tourism, and women's wellness. So our model is sustainable because we are working in partnership with these different industries. And our distribution strategy started with direct-to-consumer, it's moving to B2B, and eventually will be licensing geographical territory expansion for conscioustourism.com. What we've achieved so far is market research, successful retreats, wonderful testimonials, our customer growth, and our long-term vision. So join the movement. I am not only a woman in business, a wife, a mother of 2 beautiful children, I am a reason why. I'm a reason why we need to connect more deeply to one another to keep ourselves and our communities happy and healthy. I'm a registered dietitian by training, an ecosystem builder, an advocate for women's wealth, and a leader willing to be vulnerable and express my idea and my calling. So join the movement. What I'm asking today is for anyone to check out the website, get on our mailing list, follow along with us, and identify if there may be a retreat that you're interested in, or maybe you have a small business or small group that may be interested. And it can even be small families, family reunions, different cultural events, anything, as well as affinity partner marketships. And my website plays music. So I hope that you see that this truly is an immersive experience. Thank you.
All right. So the other day we talked about doing the retreats with like mother-daughter things. Talk about that a little bit.
Yes, so one of the aspects of the connection is intergenerational connection and generational healing as well as generational curiosity. And being able to pass down more than financial wealth is being able to pass down wisdom, love, and history of your family. So I curate mother-daughter retreats and have those in the community, and we have our next mother-daughter retreat in Cocoa Beach. It's going to be a surf and wellness retreat, so in April.
Nice. All right. Questions?
Hey, Kelly. Beautiful presentation.
Thank you.
Congratulations. I feel like it's more like a mission. I was wondering about your why.
My why.
Yes,
So
in this business.
great question. My why has been my expression, self, and purpose and mission. It has translated into a pathway for our family legacy. So it is a way to generate opportunity as well as express the mission, as well as ultimately generate enough revenue. We have 25 acres in New Smyrna Beach that we are developing into a camp and retreat center, and it is a entry point in a pathway there.
That's great.
This is excellent presentation. This is a gold mine. Wellness is where the future is. I know all about it. Okay, you are sitting right there, and it's much more important than healthcare. It's getting bigger and bigger. You're placing in the right position, and I can't believe it. It's just opportunity is so big, and you are doing right thing also. Burnout is the biggest problem right now, and you are positioning it right also. It's most important is how you scale it. You have to think about the scaling well. That's a challenge. I want to help you out. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I did enjoy that. I will say, however, that I think you missed an opportunity.
Okay.
So you started out wonderful. The box breathing, I do it every morning as well, but I do 4 seconds every step. But in any case, one thing that you could have done is tie that in and wrap it all up with the real value of what you're providing, okay?
Okay.
Because we do these demo days and everything else, and everybody's all about features and benefits.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody buys features and benefits. They buy the value of what those features and benefits bring. And if companies don't impart that information, it makes their journey more difficult.
Okay.
Right? Because
Yeah.
it's all about branding and messaging and things like that.
Yes.
So my suggestion is really dig as to what the value. I mean, you have a picture of two women hugging a tree, right? I've hugged trees, and that's an overlooked opportunity. I'm telling you. All right. So what would you say is the primary value? Is it saving time, saving money, or how's it making their life better? That's something that you need to tie in to the end of the presentation throughout, so that whatever, your customers, investors, anybody else, they're ready to jump up.
Great point. Thank you. It's kind of been underlying, Rupert, so thank you for that. And I would say what it is human trust and relationships. And that whether it's with themselves, with their family, or with their team.
Right, but
And
what
so-
does that create? When you have more trust
Yeah.
in your relationships,
Yeah.
what happens?
Better connection.
Yeah, better connection, but
But how's that feel?
well, your connection. You're decreasing loneliness. You're increasing joy, satisfaction, job satisfaction.
And does that make your life better?
Yes.
Bingo.
Okay. I'm trying to tie a number to it.
No, do not do
Okay.
that.
Okay. Thank
Buying
you.
decisions are not based on numbers.
Okay. Oh, well, thank you for that validation. Okay.
Okay. Who else?
So yeah, wonderful stuff. And a couple of quick comments and then a question. So like McDonald's and Coca-Cola, you're selling happiness,
Yeah.
but in a good way, not in a bad way, in a helpful way, not a
Yeah.
harmful way. So, do you have a transformative story or testimonial from one individual person that you could tell? I would definitely tie that in.
Yes,
I'm
okay.
sure you have those, right?
Yes.
And then, just from the very beginning, I got to your concept very quickly, but I was just curious, do you get any sort of brand confusion with like ecotourism and people being more aware of the harm they're causing on the places they're going with the name conscious tourism, or do you feel like you're pretty separate with that?
I feel like it's a new identity that I'm looking to create, and I think consistency and brand continuity across multiple channels as well as reiteration will allow me to define it, which is why the significant investment behind the domain, because when you type in conscious tourism, obviously my website pops up number one. So it's about just consistently wrapping my arms around partners that can also define that with me so that it becomes a movement separate from ecotourism. And some of the partners or businesses may be in both, because we do a lot of our retreats at farms and ranches and gardens. But it's about, you're right, it's about differentiating and also understanding the boundaries.
This is emo
Tourism, emo tourism. Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yes, you're right, Rupert.
Communicate and educate.
Yes,
Right?
yes,
And that rests on you.
yes, yes.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you? And great presentation.
Thank
I can't even believe I have something to offer on this. I'm not in the travel business at all, but I am in an arena where retreats are a big deal. And what I gathered from the presentation and the value is that, you know, if you go on a cruise with your family, you're overwhelmed with
Yeah.
things to do, right? And so going away with the family gives the family an opportunity, but you have the ability to create what is some structure while creating the environment where people, meaning family members or similar family people, meaning they're not family, but they're perhaps coming from the same circumstances, have an environment where something transformative
Yes,
happens.
yes.
And so I think that's great.
Yes,
So-
thank you. Yeah, has anyone ever heard that you need a vacation from your vacation? Yeah. Yes, yes, Jim reminded me of that the other day, and that's what we're trying to be the antidote for.
My sister's name is Kelly Ann. Kelly Ann. So
There
is
you
that
go.
is Kelly Ann your whole first name?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, well, it's my first and middle, but I did change it for the purpose of this business, yes.
Yeah, hers is Kelly Ann. She changed it from Kelli to Kelleigh for a stage name for Broadway.
Oh,
But you started off with an experience. Okay, inside this room, we're not your target market, most of us. And it didn't land with me at all.
okay.
And that's okay, because I'm not your target market, it's women. Your website does not have women as your target market. I went through, I'm a storyteller. I
Okay.
do strategic narratives, and I went through and ran my evaluation, and I emailed it to you already.
Oh, thank you.
But you don't target women on your website, you target individuals and families.
Okay.
And you need to speak directly to your ideal client, and you really need to narrow down. It also talks about lack of business clarity, because you're not really focusing on, you're not identifying what you're really offering.
Okay.
Now, the name conscious tourism, I did a Google search on that, and it was very much all over the place, right? Is it wellness and everything else? So you're up against a battle, an educational battle. But with clarity, and then in your presentation, the last thing is, you really didn't emphasize the problem.
Okay.
And you know, facts tells and story sells, and your problem is what communicates with somebody's brain, and that's where you'll really get them emotionally. So as you go through and as you improve, I understand the experience, but I would much rather hear something about Sally Sue, who, you know, is living with, you know, she has a job, she has kids, she has all these things, and she's buried and, you know, bury her into a pit of despair and then bring her out with what happens with that. And then
Okay.
also get you some of your people that you've already had as testimonials on your website. That'll be a big help.
Okay. Thank you.
That's a great idea. Tell your story of, make up a client, you know?
Yeah,
And walk
yeah.
them, walk us through what they went through. How were they before, when they got to you, intimidated or whatever, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then walk them through. After day one, after day two, you know, however, maybe how long are your retreats when you do a retreat?
A half day is about 6 hours. A micro reset is about 4 hours, and then a week long is a week long. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
There is a video on my website. I'm wondering if I need to move it up on my homepage because.
Videos are good.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to catch somebody with the hook on your website.
Okay. Okay.
And it needs to really be who you're talking to and what you do for them.
Okay.
What pain you solve.
Okay.
So.
All right, any more? No? Thank you, Kelly. What
All
can
right.
we, as the Orlando community of 1 million cups, do to help you at this point?
Any expertise that you have in the startup areas, whether it's networking, the storytelling, feedback, the financial modeling for retreats, the suggestive like stories or communities, I'm open. I'm very open. This is my MVP, and I'm looking forward to refining it as I grow.
All right, thank you much.
Thank you.
So honestly, we normally have another speaker, so I'm kind of like at a loss. I wasn't even planning for this. Ideas?
Ideas?
Yeah. Ask a
You know what I'm gonna
mentor.
talk about.
Yeah, well, let's talk about Ask the Mentors then. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Would any of you that are here visiting like to be part of our panel? Two of you? What we do is we have an open forum and the audience asks questions and we have an opportunity to answer and help.
I think Ishmael, because he's visiting here,
Yeah.
part of the state.
Well, that's what I'm asking. All right, good. All right.
Thank you very much. It is, thank you for having us here. I'm always fascinated by the business model mindset of American entrepreneurs. I'm coming from Turkey, and like most of developing countries, our entrepreneurs are focused on the product or technology. But actually, this is the most, this is the part of the business which is easiest to outsource actually, if you are not in a deep tech business. So the main value, the actual value comes from the marketing, business modeling, etc. These parts. And when I was listening to Kellyanne, right? We listened. She presented a great business, very exciting storytelling, and the questions or all the comments were very creative. No one talked about the product itself, and everyone tried to add value. I'm really fascinated with the event, so I took many notes to change our ecosystem, to teach our mentors, etc. Thank you very much for your invitation.
And what do you do in Turkey?
I am general manager of Turkey's largest technology park. We are helping startups and R&D companies to create value, create successful businesses. We provide them with an ecosystem, mentors, investors, also tax incentives, social security incentives, etc. But the most difficult part is actually the ecosystem itself. These collaborations, as 1 Million Cup says, belly-to-belly conversations, etc. So we are trying to create this.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. And what part of Turkey are you in?
Istanbul. Actually, we are based in Istanbul and 2 other cities.
Yeah.
Also, we have a branch in Azerbaijan.
Yep.
Right now we have over almost 800 companies working with us in our ecosystem. Yeah, that's
That's awesome. Yeah, I've spent time in Adana and Mersin, down in the south in Turkey,
Sorry?
southern Turkey. I've
Yeah,
spent
yeah.
time there.
okay.
Yeah.
Which cities did you say again?
Adana
Okay.
and Mersin,
Okay. Yeah.
that area. And I spent some time in Istanbul.
Yeah, the hot parts, like Florida.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure.
Does your government encourage entrepreneurship, and if so, how do they do that?
Yeah, they do it a lot. And how they do that? First of all, we have huge tax incentives and social security incentives. For R&D, the companies don't pay a penny as a tax. No, no income tax, no value-added tax, no corporate tax, etc.
That's huge.
Even customs tax for importing goods that will be used in R&D. And also, we are a corporation, but we are a government corporation, and so there are other corporations like us. We are the state pays us to create these ecosystems. So, I mean, there are many things we are doing to do that. But for example, taking we have investment funds, VC funds. We are organizing demo days. We are creating international fairs. We are taking startups to international fairs. Also helping them flip up to Europe or USA, etc. I can talk a lot on that. So.
It's like Carol Ann Dykes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Do you have anything to?
Well, all right. How long are you going to be in town?
Yeah.
Why are we always the last stop?
Yeah. It's like,
So they are saving the best to the last, I think.
so I wanted to remind you all that this is recorded, and it goes on our YouTube channel.
Okay.
So people who present now have the ability to go and analyze that video and really do a deep dive as to all the suggestions and everything else, and maybe do some follow-up or due diligence and improve their presentations. But we have hundreds of these presentations on our YouTube channel. So if you didn't get enough today, there's plenty on YouTube. Okay?
Exactly. And they don't, 1 million cups is just in the United States right now. So, I mean, you could create your own chapter or, something similar. I don't know if you can use the name or not, probably not, but you'd have to contact the corporate office. But this is a great way, it sounds like, for what you're doing, to be able to bring entrepreneurs together, to be able to share like that.
Now Istanbul is becoming a regional hub. We are attracting startups from Eastern Europe, from Middle East, from Western Asia, etc. So, our goal is to become one of the best entrepreneurship cities in the world. So, like right now, of course, San Francisco, London, Berlin, Paris, Dubai. Why not Istanbul?
Yep, exactly. Orlando.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, Eric.
I'm curious for our international visitors. A question for our international visitors. It seems like the American mindset for a startup is to exit quickly. We want to start the business, make a lot of money, and sell it, which to me seems pointless. I've had my own business for 17 years, which means I've failed as a startup. I didn't exit. But in your country, are people building businesses because they want them to last? This is going to be in the family. My kids are going to do this. Or are you also thinking, I have to exit?
I can tell about Bulgaria. Right now there is a...
No, go ahead.
It doesn't work.
It's for the recording.
Okay. Right now there is a flourishing environment of startups, and yes, people are they don't keep in the family anymore. They just make exits. Yes, and quicker as possible. They get rich, invest in another company. So we're in this phase right now. Maybe we'll come back at some point and try to keep businesses in the family and develop, But right now, um, this is what's hip, to make an exit. Yeah.
And then tell us what you do.
So I'm the founder and CEO of Teenovator. This is a program that teaches teenagers, 16, 17 years old, soft skills, teamwork skills. And during a period of 8 months, they work in teams, 10, 15 teenagers. They work with 2 mentors from different fields of professional fields, and they teach them that curriculum for soft skills, teamwork, and at the end, they come out of the program with their own startup company, and they present their companies before a jury of VC funds, and they get some of them get funded. We operate since 2017, and until now, more than 4,000 students have gone through the program, and like 400 mentors from the whole country of Bulgaria. So we are connecting students directly to the startup ecosystem, and we'll see what happens.
That's great. So when
Yeah.
you say soft skills, is that like teaching them how to communicate without texting across the room?
Yeah, basically that. We have a rule. So they meet with their mentors once a week for 2 hours, and they have a rule not to use their phones during that time because it's a challenge now. Teamwork, connecting to others, basically, it's a challenge for that generation.
Yeah, absolutely. I know. I have a daughter who's 18. She's sitting in her bedroom. Can you bring me a cup of water? It's like, get off your bed and get ready. Or just text her back. It's just crazy. So, anybody else?
Yeah, can I?
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for having us. It's a wonderful experience. I am Liliana from Bosnia-Herzegovina. In my country, I think we are, because of the war and everything that was happening, still building the startups to last for the family tradition so that you can... Bosnia-Herzegovina. Ex-Yugoslavia and the war and everything, so in 90s. So within that, I think people that go into the startup business, they are there to kind of have it and leave it maybe to their kids. Even though I do see some of the businesses being sold, not transferred, but it's really rarely. So we are still very small market, saturated market as well, so there is not, the population is quite small, so in that sense, like, they do build something that maybe it's a little bit longer lasting, so that's our culture at the moment still.
Okay. That's great. What do you do there?
Okay, I'm CEO of the manufacturing company which processes fruits. We also have our orchards as well, where we grow our own apples and pears. And yeah, we do final products as well, which we export, like fruit brandies, alcoholic beverages, which is very traditional to that region, and we do export to US as well.
Hello, my name is Jacob. I'm from Poland. In Poland, I'm the vice president of one of the largest business organizations in Poland, which is called Union of Entrepreneurs and Employers. We do mostly advocacy for our members, which are both large internationals and Polish SMEs. And regarding your question, I think that actually it's kind of the same in Poland, but we have two very strong structural reasons for that. First of all is that you need to keep in mind that we have only the first generation of people that are living in a highly developed free market economy. Every generation before has the memory of living in the Eastern Bloc economy, and we were one of the poorest economies in the Eastern Bloc, basically. So even myself, as I'm 33, I have I I remember sometimes the early 90s in Poland, which also were a very hard time for people. And this is one of the reasons why people want to just exit, sell their business, and just live good life. So their main aim and their main goal is not to develop their businesses into something bigger and to scale it and to export their services and products, but to just live good life. So that's the base. That's the main reason for that. And the second structural reason is that I think that while we are, as I mentioned, the highly developed right now free market economy, we still didn't develop as much private capital market as you guys in the US have. So we don't have these kind of opportunities in the private capital market to develop our businesses and to just gain capital for further grow. So it's much easier for people to sell and exit than to develop something on their own or with just the support of the basic funding coming from the bank loans or something. Okay, that's it.
Thank you. I'm Cemre from Istanbul, Turkey. I worked at a Turkey Entrepreneurship Foundation as a business development director. This foundation, the nationwide non-profit organization, focus on the create and building entrepreneurship ecosystem and support the early mid-stage entrepreneurs. And I strongly focus on the create a bridge with institutions, public-private sectors, and entrepreneurs. And for this idea, I think it's maybe true for some corporate companies, but it's different for startups. They focus on scaling and working towards an exit. And I think that entrepreneurs in Turkey, Turkish entrepreneurs, have a global mindset in this regard. Thank you.
All right, fantastic. Okay. Well, good to know. Thank you so much for your contribution. Karen, you want to tell us a little bit about World Orlando and what they do? Give us here, come on up here. Come up here. Kate, yeah, come up here.
I don't really know that much about World Oregon.
Orlando, the organization you're in.
World Orlando.
Yeah. You're just a guide. What do you do?
Well, I am a independent contractor with the U.S. State Department, and we represent the International Visitor Leadership Program that has been around for many years, I think like 65 years, funded by your taxes. So we basically bring professionals in their fields, usually leading, emerging leaders, anywhere from their 20s to 40s. And so they're all nominated by the embassy in their countries. And so it's a very highly selective program. And so this particular program is for small business development and entrepreneurship. So we have, one person is not here, but we have 6 in this small group. We can have anywhere up to, I've had one group of 27 individuals at once. And so it can be multi-regional. We can get leaders from different parts of the world all together in one group. This one is more Eastern Europe mainly. And we start in DC, and we're usually there for a few days. And then we go to usually 3 more city stops. For this program, we went to DC, then Denver. Now we're here in Orlando, and we're heading to Boston later today. So it's a kind of a whirlwind because this particular program is only 14 days. Most of them are more like 21 days. So they're getting a little tired, I think. But they've been incredible participants and really enthusiastic about meeting everyone in these different cities and meeting different professionals. And they had a home hospitality in Denver where they got to go to a family's home for dinner, which is always a highlight. And so it's a great program.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so we coordinate with they call it a community-based member in each stop. So that's World Orlando.
Right. Okay.
And the representative from World Orlando named Heather, we actually did not get to meet her physically because she got sick with the flu the day before we got here. So normally she would be accompanying us to all our meetings. So we've just been communicating with her by text and email.
Did she get onto the Zoom, Eric, by chance? Heather? No.
No.
I told her she could hop on
Oh.
the Zoom if she felt okay.
Yeah, I think she's slowly recovering.
Yeah, I
But-
chatted with her yesterday.
Mhm.
One question. You're the coordinator for the country or the coordinator just for
So I accompany them throughout their whole 14 days here. So I started in DC with them, and then we went to each stop. So
more like you, or you
there, no, yeah, there's a lot of us. So the liaisons, we're all independent contractors, and we're based all across the U.S. But they bring us into DC to start the program.
chance to meet all together after it's over, or
No, because they're going. Yeah, we do. Occasionally, there's a training once a year, and there's a big national meeting called Global Ties, and a lot of the liaisons and the interpreters. This is an English language program, so these individuals have to have a very strong proficiency in English to be able to participate. Then we have other programs that are specific to certain language, and then they'll have simultaneous consecutive interpreters and liaisons assigned to that group.
Do you have a reciprocal program where we gather American entrepreneurs and send them out into the world and other ecosystems and see and interact with them?
No. Yeah, who wants to?
I hear Turkey and Bosnia-Herzegovina are lovely. We should go
Yes. Well, I always tell all the participants in the programs that I'm assigned to as a liaison, I said they're all on my list, and I make a commitment that I'm going to visit every single one of you. And I'm about to go visit one in Argentina, but other than that, I haven't followed through yet, but I'm working on it. So
That's awesome.
tricky. Yeah.
I can tell you on my trip to Turkey, I had the closest shave I've ever had in my life. The barber uses the hot towels and straight edge razor. They pull your face. I didn't have to shave for like 3 days. I mean, it was incredible. It was really cool. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, I just enjoyed the country. I'm Middle Eastern by descent, and so a lot of the food I'm eating was, stuff I grew up with, and there was a lot of it that was like, oh my gosh, I need the recipe for that. So it's really kind of fun to do. So these are our sponsors, and they help allow us to run 1 Million Cups. This is a truly non-profit, non-income producing entity. Everything that we have is all donated by the sponsors here that we have. And we meet every Wednesday from basically 8:30 to 10. There's a chapter in every single time zone across through to Hawaii that actually meets. We have 132 different chapters across the U.S. So if you're traveling, I know they have one in Denver. So, if you ever are out there and stuff and you want to do that as well. But we love having everybody come here, which is great. And then please like, follow, and share on social media. If you got some pictures, please share those. It's great. We like to get the word out and help other entrepreneurs develop like yourself. Have you guys, did you get anything out of today? Was this beneficial for you? All right, fantastic. So connect with someone, go grab a cup of coffee. There's some great little coffee shops around. Our friend Peter, who runs Salai Coffee and the importer for that, they actually have a partnership with Foxtail Coffee. So if you go to Foxtail, ask them about that. I also heard yesterday that Peter is, that they're redeveloping and rebuilding the Citrus Bowl down here, or Camping World Stadium now. It's my understanding that through Peter's connections with the chamber, or with the Rotary, which he's a partner with, that they're talking about putting Salai Coffee into Camping World Stadium as the coffee for that Isn't that? So that's pretty awesome. So next Monday, coming up Monday, we have our monthly Orlandopreneur event. Rupert?
So if y'all were going to stick around till Monday, then you would have been able to meet with 150 other entrepreneurs, investors, service providers, mentors, and so forth. Who here's been to an Orlandopreneur event? Just to give you an idea, okay? And so our mission is to increase the quantity and quality of investable startups and small businesses in Central Florida. And don't get me started on venture capital, and to me it's a bane on entrepreneurship, right? It's ruining entrepreneurship, but we can talk about that some other time. In any case, this is, when I started this 38 months ago, our goal was to have 5,000 members in 5 years. We are 8 away from that number right now. So if you haven't signed up on Meetup, please push us over 5,000. Okay, it's free to join. Our events are free. I buy the first drink, and this one's going to be at Primrose Lanes. It's our 3rd time going back there. It's always a fantastic event, and it's the key is go there with an attitude for growth and cooperation and collaboration, and you will come out of it with, we have probably 30 hours of testimonials, of video testimonials, and right now we're going through all these things about how people started businesses, formed joint ventures, found partners, hired people, and things like that. This is what we do it for, and if you're ever back in Orlando, make sure it's on the 3rd Monday of the month.
All right. And it's a great event. So when you go to something like that, or networking events, your mission should be to meet 3 to 5 people that you don't know, get their information, and then go have a cup of coffee with them. Go out and get to know them. That's some of the most successful interactions that you will ever have. We also have the Wealth Masterclass with Love and Money with Rob and Alicia.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll just start by saying we just became paid members of Orlandopreneur. Rupert undersells it. He's got a calendar of 200 plus events a month. That is like, I think your membership is what, $300 a year? And you can post your own events on there. So we absolutely signed up, and it's been fantastic. And the only reason we won't make it to the next Monday one is we'll be in California being coached directly by a billionaire. So, but it's a toss-up, buddy. Like which event we go to. So I got to tell you that. We wanted to mention, because it is February, the month of love. We are doing a free course over at the Osceola Library called Love and Money. We've talked to mental health counselors, and they said the biggest issues that couples have. Is money is number one. The number one issue for whether they have money or they don't have money, it's communicating about money. So that's what we're going to talk about is how do you make a plan? How do you communicate? How do you deal with different money styles? How do you move forward? And even if you're not in a couple, how do you find someone that understands or are able to explain to them how you feel about money and finances to not have that number one cause of divorce? So, yeah, it doesn't always help because then you have to talk about the $1 billion and what you're going to do with it and how you work together on it.
And having money like that, there's a whole different mindset
Yes.
that most people don't have. So, and then a lot of you guys have asked about Toastmasters. So take a picture of this. Not next Tuesday, the following Tuesday. On Tuesday morning is my particular chapter. If 8 a.m. Tuesday morning is not a convenient time for you to tune in, then you can go to the Toastmasters.org website, and you can look at any of the 30 some odd chapters that are right here in Central Florida. They meet from like 6:30 in the morning till I think the latest one starts at 9 or 10 in the evening. So they have chapters all over, literally all over Central Florida. There's stuff going on, but you're welcome to join. Come on in as a guest and participate. see what it's all about. And you can get, respond there at the info.ceotm@gmail.com. And contrary to popular belief, CEO does not mean CEO of your company, although you all are. CEO actually means Chamber East Orlando is who started this way back when. So, okay, everybody got that? Okay. And, you know, from overseas, we've had people from Istanbul tune in, had some of the flight control operators because they wanted to make their English better. We have a girl who regularly attends from South Africa. We've had people that have attended our group from New Zealand. And I don't remember if we've had anybody from Brazil, but we've had people around the... No, not in Toastmasters. Yeah. Yeah, no, Toastmasters. Okay? So why 1 million cups? Because you want to attend. After you've seen how this works about 3 times, 4 times, share what you're doing. Let us know. Let us help. And prepare. We'll help you with some coaching. We helped Kelly the other day. I had her go through a presentation, make sure that there was everything there, made a couple corrections, and you did an awesome job this morning. Thank you so much. And present. Why? Because it leads to marketing and brand awareness. It lets us know what you're doing, and that can give you exposure because not only from people here, but because of being posted out on Facebook. It'll give you practice and feedback, which can help you grow. It'll give you strategic partnerships, which is the idea, because if people know what you're doing, I think a big overlooked thing with a lot of people and business people, they go into networking events and things thinking, okay, who can I sell today? Where can I? That's not what it's all about. It's all about building relationships and adding value. So when you go in, look at that. How can I add value to somebody today? Hiring and retaining talent, and then, of course, the get to know you experience. And these are our organizing committee, if you're on the organizing committee. All right, if you have any questions, please see one of us after we're done. And here's our closing thought for the day. And if you didn't get a chance to let 1 Million Cups Corporate know that you're here, please check back in and scan the barcode there. Okay? So with that, I give you your week back.